I think we've all been there. It's, usually about 11 p.m. on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
You're lying in bed, the Sunday scaries are really kicking in, and you look at your life.
Hmm.
Your room's a mess, your
Yeah.
diet's just okay, that screen time report pops up.
And you just say, that's it.
That's it. Everything changes tomorrow.
Ah, the classic Sunday night strategy.
Exactly. You map it all out in your head. You're going to wake up at 4:30 a.m., run 10 miles, drink a gallon of green juice,
Learn Mandarin.
learn Mandarin, and never look at social media again.
Oh.
You go to sleep genuinely believing you will wake up a completely different person.
And then Monday morning hits.
It hits hard.
The alarm goes off, it's cold, that green juice sounds, frankly, disgusting.
You hit snooze.
You hit snooze, and by Tuesday, the whole plan is just gone.
The running shoes are back in the closet, and you're back to doom-scrolling TikTok in bed. It's this universal struggle, right? This huge gap between the life we want and the overwhelming effort we think it takes to get there.
And that's the trap. It really is. We equate intensity with success. We think a massive result requires a massive, earth-shattering action.
So today, we're unpacking 6 specific, actionable habits. They're small. They're basically free. But before we get into the list, we have to really hammer home this core idea.
Intensity versus consistency.
Because I think that's where I always fail. I go for intensity every time.
Most of us do. Our culture celebrates the sprint, the all-nighter, the crash diet, the drastic makeover.
That's intensity.
That is intensity, but intensity is exhausting. It runs on motivation, and motivation it's a fickle emotion. It's gone the minute you're hungry or tired.
So it's the New Year's resolution model. You go hard for 3 weeks, then you burn out completely.
Exactly. Consistency, on the other hand, it's kind of boring. It's quiet. But the math behind it is it's undeniable. If you get 1% better at something every day, just 1%.
The power of compounding.
Yes. Mathematically, you're 37 times better by the end of the year.
That number always blows my mind. 37 times better. Just from showing up.
Just from showing up and doing the small thing. But, and this is a big but,
The one habit rule.
the one habit rule, because our instinct is going to be to try and do all 6 of these habits tomorrow.
I am so guilty of this. I was literally writing down a schedule for all 6 while I was reading the source material.
And this do not do that. That's the perfect plan trap.
Right. You build the perfect routine. You fail to do it perfectly on day 1. You feel like a failure.
And you quit. The advice is to pick one habit. Just one. Master it until it's automatic, until it's as boring as brushing your teeth, and only then do you add another one.
Okay. An imperfect habit done daily is superior to a perfect plan executed once.
That's the whole thing in a nutshell.
All right, let's get into the tactics. We got 6 of them. Habit number 1. This one hit a nerve for me. It's called the morning boundary.
Or, as I like to call it, stop touching your phone for the first 30 minutes of the day.
I feel personally attacked. I mean, I think 95% of us sleep with the phone within arm's reach. The alarm goes off, you swipe it.
And your thumb immediately goes to Instagram or email or the news.
It's pure muscle memory.
And the neuroscience here, why this is so disastrous. It's not just about wasting time. It's about your actual brain waves. When you wake up, your brain is transitioning from that sleep state, theta waves, which are all dreamy and creative.
Okay, so you're in this sort of vulnerable, open state of mind.
Exactly. And when you immediately blast your eyes with blue light and that high dopamine content notifications, work stress, bad news, you are literally hijacking your own brain chemistry.
You're inviting the entire world's chaos into your bed before you've even had a chance to stand up.
You're putting your brain into a reactive mode. You start the day on defense.
Right. You see an annoying email from your boss.
Boom. Cortisol spike.
You see someone's perfect vacation photo on Instagram.
Boom. Dopamine crash in comparison. You've lost control of your attention and your emotional state before your day has even begun.
So this habit is really about reclaiming that control. It's saying, I'm the gatekeeper of my own mind for at least 30 minutes. But a practical question. If I'm not scrolling, what am I actually doing? Am I just staring at the wall? Because my brain craves that hit.
That craving is exactly why you need to stop. Low dopamine activities. Drink a glass of water.
Okay.
Open the curtains. Sit quietly for a minute. Just think about what you want to accomplish today. It sounds boring, but that boredom is actually peace. It's a mental reset.
It's like a mini dopamine fast every morning. You're setting the thermostat for the day instead of just reacting to the temperature outside. I like that.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, let's move on to habit number 2. This one tackles the excuse we all use. I just don't have time to learn.
Yeah.
It's called the 10-minute knowledge compound.
This is one of my favorites because it just completely challenges our perception of time. The action is so simple. Read or learn something new for just 10 minutes a day.
Just 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Again, the skeptic in me, my first reaction is, that feels insignificant. Can you really learn anything valuable in 10 minutes? I feel like I need at least an hour to really study.
In a single day.
Yeah.
Maybe not much. You're right. You might read, what, 3 or 4 pages of a book?
Right.
But you have to zoom out. This is where that compound effect kicks in again. 10 minutes a day is roughly 60 hours a year.
60 hours. When you frame it like that, that's massive. It's like 2 full college semester courses or something.
Exactly. Imagine spending 60 hours a year reading about negotiation or history or coding.
Yeah.
You would be in the top 10% of people on that topic by the end of the year.
Breaks that all or nothing thinking. I do that all the time. Well, if I can't read for an hour, it's not worth starting.
So you watch Netflix instead.
Yep, every time.
This consistency trumps intensity. Have a specific book or a podcast ready to go so there's no friction. You don't want to spend your 10 minutes deciding what to read. You just do it.
Keep the chain going. You're just feeding your brain something nutritious every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of nutritious,
Yeah.
let's talk about the body. Habit number 3, movement for the mind.
And notice that phrasing. It is not exercise for the abs. It's specifically movement for the mind.
Yeah, that's really clear about avoiding the word exercise. What do you think that is?
Because exercise comes with so much baggage. For a lot of people, it means gyms and sweating and pain and expensive memberships. It feels like a chore.
Or a punishment for eating a cookie.
A punishment, exactly. The myth is you need to work out to be healthy. The reality is you just need to move.
So we're lowering the bar again. We're not talking about training for a marathon here.
We are putting the bar on the floor, walking, stretching, a bit of yoga in your living room while your coffee brews. The goal isn't necessarily a six-pack. It's cognitive maintenance.
The mind-body connection. I think
Yeah.
we often treat our brains like they're just computers floating in a jar, totally separate from our bodies.
It's a vivid image, but it's true. The source points out that movement changes your neurochemistry almost immediately. Even 15 minutes of walking increases blood flow to your brain, it releases endorphins, and this is the important part. It burns off excess cortisol,
The stress hormone.
the stress hormone.
I've noticed this so many times. If I'm stuck on a problem at work or I'm just feeling anxious about something, staring at the screen for another hour does nothing. But a 10-minute walk around the block.
And the solution just appears.
It just appeared. It's not a coincidence.
It's not. Movement is a reset button for your mental state. Motion changes emotion. That's the key. If you feel sluggish, anxious, or stuck, move. Don't worry about the calories. Just worry about changing your state.
I love that. It takes all the pressure and vanity out of it and just makes it a practical tool. All right, habit number 4. This one is fascinating because it's something we are doing constantly, but we almost never notice we're doing it. The invisible habit.
Self-talk. That internal monologue that just runs in the background of your mind 24/7.
And for most of us, that narrator is, well, he's a bit of a jerk.
A total jerk. The negative loop. If you walked around all day with a friend who just whispered in your ear, "You're going to screw this up. You look tired. You're not smart enough."
You would cut that friend out of your life so fast.
Immediately, you'd call them toxic.
Yeah.
But we let our own brains say that stuff to us all day long.
And the danger, according to, isn't just that it makes us feel bad in the moment, it's that we start to believe it.
Yes, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your brain is always listening to your instructions. So if you tell yourself, "I'm bad with names," your brain goes, "Okay, message received. No need to try and remember names."
So you stop trying.
You stop trying, and you become bad with names. It becomes a habit. You have practiced the habit of self-defeat.
So how do you break an invisible habit like that?
You have to make it visible. You have to catch yourself in the act. This is called reframing. And it's not about toxic positivity, lying to yourself and saying, "I'm perfect," when you just messed up. It's about being more accurate and focusing on growth.
Can you give us an example, a specific reframe?
Sure. So instead of "I can't do this," you just switch the phrasing to "I'm currently learning how to do this."
Oh, that's good.
Or instead of "I'm such an idiot for making that mistake," you say, "I just learned one way that doesn't work."
I'm learning. That's such a powerful little shift. It turns a roadblock into just part of the process.
It changes your identity. You go from being a victim of your circumstances to being a student of your life. Be your own supporter, not your enemy. Costs nothing, takes no time, but it changes everything.
It is subtle, but I can totally see how that would compound over a year. If you just treat yourself with a little bit of respect every day, you eventually start to believe you deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, habit number 5, gratitude. Now, hold on. I know some listeners might be rolling their eyes at this one. We hear about gratitude journals all the time. It can feel a bit soft, a bit woo-woo.
It does get branded that way sometimes, but approaches this from a cognitive science angle. Specifically, it focuses on the reticular activating system, or the RAS.
Okay, let's unpack the RAS. How does writing down "I'm thankful for my coffee" actually change my brain biology?
Think of the RAS as the bouncer for your brain. Your senses are just bombarded with millions of bits of data every single second. Sights, sounds, everything. Your brain can't possibly process it all.
It would short circuit.
It would.
Yeah.
So the RAS acts as a filter. It only lets in what it thinks is important to you.
It's like the red car theory.
Yeah.
Right, you buy a red car, and then suddenly see red cars everywhere on the road.
Exactly. Did everyone just buy a red car? No. Your filter just changed. You told your RAS, hey, red cars are important now.
So if you have a habit of complaining or worrying all the time,
You've trained your RAS to believe that problems are important. So it scans your entire day looking for traffic, annoying colleagues, and bad weather to bring to your attention. You become an expert at spotting misery.
so the gratitude habit is basically just hacking that filter code.
That's all it is. By writing down just one small thing you're grateful for every night, a good meal, a kind text from a friend, a sunset, you are telling your RAS, this positive stuff is important. Look for more of this.
And over time, you start to spot those positive moments automatically. You're not changing your life, you're changing how you perceive your life.
That's the key distinction. Emphasize the small things. Don't just write, I'm grateful for my family every day. Be specific. I'm grateful the coffee was still hot when I got to it.
I'm grateful that one meeting ended 5 minutes early.
Exactly. Specificity forces you to actually scan the day. It trains your brain to hunt for the good. It's a cognitive workout.
All right, bringing us home with habit number 6, skill accumulation. This feels like it ties back to the learning habit, but it's a bit more active.
It is. Well, habit 2 is more about input reading or listening. This is about output, practice. The action is to work on improving one specific skill every day for just 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, again, the skeptic in me pipes up. You cannot master a skill in 5 minutes a day. If I want to learn guitar, 5 minutes just feels pointless.
You can't master it in a day, no, but the use it or lose it principle of neuroplasticity. So with your guitar example, if you practice for 3 hours on a Sunday and then you don't touch it again until the next Sunday,
You regress. I know that feeling.
you regress. Your brain actually prunes those neural pathways because they aren't being used consistently, but 5 minutes a day.
It keeps the pathway open.
It keeps the skill alive in your brain. And there's a psychological trick here too. The hardest part of practicing anything is just starting. It's the friction of getting the guitar out of its case or opening the language app.
So if the goal is only 5 minutes, the mental friction is super low. I can talk myself into 5 minutes. It's just 5 minutes.
And what happens once you start?
You often end up doing 15 or 20.
Right. But even if you only do the 5, you've cast a vote for that identity. You've confirmed to yourself, I am a musician. I am a language learner.
It's about becoming the person by doing the thing, even if it's just for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's recap the stack. 6 small habits for a big life. No phone for 30 minutes, read for 10, move your body, reframe your self-talk, find one good thing, and practice a skill for 5 minutes.
It's a really powerful list. But I just want to circle back to where we started. The danger here.
The intensity trap. I can feel it right now. I want to start all of these tomorrow morning.
I can hear the listener too. You're motivated right now. You want that big life and you want it immediately. But if you try to overhaul your morning, your exercise, your reading, and your self-talk all at once,
You'll fail. Probably by Wednesday.
probably. Final, most critical piece of advice is pick one.
That's surprisingly hard to do, isn't it? It feels almost lazy to just pick one.
It feels lazy, but it's actually strategic. You have to trust the process. Pick the one habit that resonates the most with you right now. Maybe it's the phone because you feel stressed. Maybe it's the movement because you feel sluggish. Do just that for 30 days. Don't even worry about the others.
Because if you successfully build one new habit a month, in 6 months you have the whole list installed in your operating system.
But if you try all 6 at once, in 6 months you probably have none of them.
Right.
These habits are designed to be entry points. They're low barrier. You don't need a degree to speak kindly to yourself. You don't need money to walk around the block.